All right. What's good to the millions of people watching this? We're live. We're back with Henry, Power Slap 19. Henry, man, it's good to see you, man. It's been a minute.
Uh, all right, just wrapping up a text. Yes, it has been a minute. Actually, well, it hasn't been that long, frankly. A month and a smidge. We should have done a recap show, but we didn't. So it's
Yeah.
all right. I
Yeah.
am back after my heartbreaking parlay at the last one. 4 out of 5 picks. Missed
Wait.
out on 25 grand. Absolutely gutted. I don't know why Alan Klingbeil had any fucking spot in my parlay. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking, but it's okay. My 4 picks all cashed last time, but for some reason, my greedy fucking ass wanted to add another fucking person to it. God damn it. It's okay. I would have $15,000 in my pocket if I wasn't a greedy son of a bitch.
Holy shit, dude.
And I would have had 25 grand
Christ.
if Alan just kept flinching. Go back to flinching, Klingbeil. None of this fucking sitting still shit. God, I'm an
Dude.
idiot. Really, I am just a
Dude.
dumbass. Anyway, but I learned my lesson. It's my fault, not Alan's. It was my fault, taking full responsibility for me being mentally retarded. And this time, I'm back with a fucking vengeance. I'm not losing a single fucking bet the whole event. I am going perfect this event. I will make another parlay. It will be 5 legs, and I will cash. Let's fucking go.
Dude, I love it. I just got so energized, dude. I love it. And fam, I can confirm this dude showed me his ticket. So that cash he's talking about is real, dude. That's
Love
real.
it. I also made the largest bet in Poly Market Power Slap history. 5
No
big
shit.
ones on Peter Trahulik. Some fool thought Luke Simons was going to win, and I took him for about 6.5 grand. So I don't think he is going to ever come back to betting on Power Slap.
Oh, dude, it's funny. You and I talked, and then I interviewed both of them, of course. And I was always leaning to Peter. You know what I mean? There just seemed to be a bit more on the line for him, if that makes sense. Just like ego-wise, career.
These
Oh,
are both Power Slap
shit.
bets.
Very
And it's
cool.
publicly on the chain. You guys can see I placed them. You guys can see I'm not hiding anything because there were no other bets. And I said right here on the show the bets to place. So that's part of why I like doing the show, because I have a nice public forum where anyone can say, oh, well, like for example, Ding on Slap News the other day was like, well, you know, Henry didn't do so hot on his picks. What the fuck is he talking about? I had the best night of my betting career ever. What do you mean I didn't do
Let's
so hot on
go.
my picks? So that's why
Dude,
it's kind of
let's
nice
go.
having the show. So that way, and on top of that, the student I coached, Rican Rambo, did win 30-27 when nobody thought that was the case. Dwayne Crespo himself told me he had a 0% chance to win, and I told him he can shove that 0% up his ass because Rican Rambo won 30-27, and not a single fucking person expected that. Let's fucking
Dude, good to have you
myself
back,
included.
Henry. I love
Myself
it.
included.
I love
I did
it.
not see that coming either. I mean, I thought he would win, but winning, like, I didn't realize my defense was that good. I thought I was pretty good. I didn't realize I was the GOAT. And I found out that night that I might be the most strategic defensive power slap knowledge haver in the fucking sport. Let's be clear. Rican Rambo has been slapped 3 times, and he has been on his ass 3 times. He did not step out of the box
Bro, and you brought that to light
on another
because his
level.
defense was on.
I can pick who I want to win from here on going forward in certain scenarios. And I'll tell you right now, it was going to be Magna and Aaron Turner. Aaron Turner was fucked because I was coaching Magna. But now it's Pono, and now things are a little different. And I did not give Magna the keys to the kingdom. I merely showed him the kingdom, and I said, hey, there's these things over here. But I did not really give him the super juice just yet. Luckily, I didn't because he's going up against Pono, and I'm picking Pono. Early spoiler alert.
Dude, well, first of all, thanks for sharing your picks because on that last one, you kind of sounded off. This is it. You're not going to get it.
I'm
all
doing
these
it again, by the
insane-
way. I'm sharing all my bets again because
Oh.
I'm in a certain kind of a mood. And honestly, I think this is a good thing that I can get a nice track record going for maybe 3 or 4 more events where I can say, hey, anybody who thinks maybe I am or am not accurate, I do one show, and every single time I show all of my bets, and it is, uploaded before the event. So
100%. Yeah, yeah. Speaking of Pono and Magna, bro, what do you think as far as so? I got to interview both of them, of course, and I interviewed Pono, and there's a clip of Pono kind of getting heated, saying, "Hey, you're taking food off my table. I'm not playing around. I will live in the street. This and that." And as far as Power Slap goes, because we're honest on the podcast, look. As far as Power Slap goes and reels, getting over 1,000 views on any Power Slap reel from some podunk podcaster is a big deal. And that reel got over 1,000 views. It's still climbing. And because of that, I got to talk to Johnny after. And I've since got to talk to them in person in Vegas today. And Henry, man, I feel like this fight organically is the one you don't want to miss because these motherfuckers have respect for each other, but they want to hit each other, dude.
I cannot wait for this fight. I think it is honestly, I will say, maybe one of the highest level heavyweight fights in Power Slap history. In my opinion, the amount of dedication to the game that they each have is quite extreme. And frankly, I wouldn't pick Pono to lose to anybody, and I wouldn't pick Magna to lose to anybody, which is why it's so exciting that they're like, genuinely, a lot of people will call me crazy. I believe Debell is overrated, and I genuinely believe Pono would beat him. And
unpack that.
Okay, so, hey man, this is where we start getting to some extremist fucking opinions of mine, but the truth of it is, Bell has never gone up against anybody who hits harder than me besides Dorian. So the truth of it is I think that chin is a little iffy on him, but he's never really had to really test it properly. Like, imagine, Dorian has him stumbling around, right? And Dorian has 2 knockouts, and you couldn't tell me both of them. So Dorian does not really have pop the way that, and again, I'll even open it up to you. Who are the 2 people Dorian has knocked out in Power Slap?
No, I'm laughing. I'm laughing because Dorian came up when I was talking to Damien, and I was saying how I'd love to see that match ran back. I'm mad they didn't do it because you can say what you want about Dorian, but my bitch can take a hit, okay? Definitely. And you can say what you will about Damien, but that match was Damien's first, hey, what the hell? What are we doing here? And they didn't run it back immediately, and I'm sad they didn't do that. They put him on the shelf for almost a year, if not a year, and now we're going to see him again up against, not Dorian, and I feel like they should have ran that back. So, no, I can't name him off the top of my dome right now. I've been awake for like 26 hours. That's not helping. So I agree with you, but to say he's a little overrated, I love, keep unpacking, man. Keep unpacking.
So his 2 knockouts, I will share who they are because no one knows. So I'm the only one who knows. So I'll let you guys know.
Because you're the Power Slap maven, dude. That's
James
why.
Stonier and Frank the Tank.
Oh yeah. I might have guessed.
These guys fucking suck. It's a bunch of cans. All right. Anytime he's gone up against anybody decent, not really got that pop. Now, I will say, obviously, Dorian's chin is like a 12 out of 10. But his power, I'm not totally sold on it. And frankly, if you think Dorian hits harder than Pono, I have a fucking bridge to sell you. There's no chance. So if Dorian's got you on wobbly legs, I think Pono will fucking murder you. I think Pono needs to eat 1, and I think he'd probably do Debell in 1. Now, would he eat 1? I'm not certain. But especially with this new coin toss shit, Bell's a hard guy to beat when you have to get hit before hitting him back.
We'll get to the coin toss. My boy did an experiment I want him to talk about.
A failed experiment, I might add. But anyway, so, yeah, I believe Debell's chin is very overrated. But as he increases his power and he is guaranteed to win that coin toss, you got to be a tough motherfucker to even have an opportunity to hit him in the first place. And I think that his defense has been the fact that he is so strong that, he went up against Wes and Nate, and both these guys are decently hard hitters. Nate got done in 1. Wes flinched the first round, so Bell missed. And then after that, Wes missed, and then Bell knocked him out in 1, which is what should have happened and what I said would happen. So really, he never actually got hit by anybody who hits hard. The hardest hitter that ever hit him was like maybe Ryan Phillips, if we're looking at like, but even Ryan Phillips kind of doesn't really have that much pop him. And just be real, Ryan Phillips, not that good. And Dorian is, in my opinion, probably weaker than Ryan Phillips. If we look at the match, it looks like he's stronger than Ryan Phillips. But yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I do not really have any appreciation for the guys that he's gone against as far as super heavy or heavyweight level chin power goes. Like, I actually think another one hard hitter he went up against, Wolverine, when he was fucking on it, like treating it like super serious. That guy actually hits pretty hard. And I think he was facing a good Wolverine. This is the Wolverine that trained his ass off to knock out Darius and won. And Darius didn't get knocked out in one when Wes hit him 3 times. You know, so the guy definitely has a solid chin. And Wolverine put him out in 1. Bell ate all 5. So Bell has a solid chin. I'm not, like, people will hear me say he's overrated and make me and think that I'm saying he sucks. It's like, no. Yeah. All I'm saying is people think, like, I heard Ding say hitting Bell is like a 90%, or hitting Dorian gives you an indicator about how your hit would go up against Debell. No, it doesn't. Not even close. If Debell slapped himself, he would knock himself out in 1 hit. Like, his hit is way stronger than his chin. Not even close.
Yeah.
So,
which, hey, to be fair, a lot of strikers have a more refined hit, stronger hit than they have a more refined defense, chin.
Yeah, like, in my opinion, the litmus test for if you are chin dependent or strike dependent, if you slapped yourself, do you think you would knock yourself out or go to a decision? That's the simple question.
Funny, dude. Yeah.
Debell would knock himself out. Dorian would go to a decision with himself, undeniably. And then you can think of guys like someone like Wes Mena. If Wes Mena slapped himself, he would knock himself out. If Nate Bernard slapped himself, he would knock himself out. If Pono Powell slapped himself, right? Because
it's not a knock. It's actually pretty. It's funny, but it's a pretty good litmus test.
And there's not that this is wrong or that's wrong. It just sees what direction. Like Vern. Vern would obviously knock himself out.
Yeah, it's what they're more naturally good at. Plus, it's more how battle tested they've been. Because look, the chin doesn't get stronger. The chin gets weaker, and it really comes down to genetics, and defense is huge. You've proved that with the Recon Rambo thing. But the litmus test that you just put out there, I love it because it sounds funny, but it's kind of true, right? Like, if Wes hit himself in the face, he would knock himself out. The guy's a beast.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, the point is, Bell's chin is heavily over. Like, okay, if I were to assign 10 points, I would give his strike a 7 and his chin a 3. Now,
wow.
If I were to compare it to the rest of the division, I would say his chin is like a 7 or an 8. Like, obviously, he has a great chin. It's just this idea that, like, oh man, Debell's the big bad guy. You can't focus. It's like, no, if we had someone that had a more than 2 out of 10 power go up against them and have like an 8 out of 10 chin, like, if Dorian hit like Pono, that motherfucker would be the super champ 40 times in a row. Not even close.
Yeah, dude. I love breaking this shit down, man. I really do, because it's not, how do I put this, bro? Slap isn't a game of chance. It's just like a game of timing and event. Meaning, we're not going to have somebody mistakenly get a knockout. We're not going to have somebody mistakenly fall on their ass. Do you know what I mean? So it's not a thing of chance. It's a thing of preparation and the event. And if you prepare all you want, but in the event you don't have what you need in your chin or in your strike, it's going to show.
Mm-hmm. All right. Should we get to the predictions?
Let's do it. I love it. Let's do it.
All right.
And I promise, should we just do the main card, or do I do it all? You and I have to get the gab, bro.
I will briefly go over the early prelims, just because I have never gotten an early prelim prediction wrong. I checked back. I am 9-0. So I am going to continue my 9-0 streak. Now, that being said, I pick and choose my picks. Anytime there's like 2 established power slap names, I'll do a prediction. But like when it's like, obviously if it's 2 wrestlers, how the fuck do I know who's going to win, right? Like, there's no way. But whenever it's 2 established power slap names on the early prelims or other fights I just choose to pick, I am 9-0 thus far. I've never gotten one wrong. And that includes a lot of fights that could be on a main card, like, Darius and James Stonier as an example. So If you quickly scroll down just so I can see,
Yeah, let me. I'm trying to adjust it so we have it on the big side here.
it's perfect
Can you
right
see
here.
that okay now?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, I'm gonna put it up on my lap so I have the full thing going on. So there's the main. Here's the pre
Okay,
right here.
my only 2 picks for this. Okay, yeah, I remember now. I am picking Zeke Taylor, and I am picking Brian Scambler. All right, those are my 2 picks. The
Okay.
rest of them, I have no clue. And like Jessamine Michelle and Joanna Wick, I have no like. Jessamine Michelle competed, she sucked, but Joanna Wick might also suck, so I have no clue. I have
So
no clue why.
well, here's the thing. I am gonna pick Chelsea over Zoe though.
Yeah, the thing is, as much as I like Chelsea as a personality, I have not been impressed with her slapping this far. I think she has
But
looked.
she has gone against. Okay, I can see that. But she has gone against actual fighters, and I know slap is weird. Maybe that helps, maybe it doesn't. Where Zoe
Yeah.
really hasn't, and I'm hoping and thinking that gives Chelsea the experience to
Gun
let
to my
Zoe
head, I'm
know
picking
he's not a
Chelsea,
veteran yet.
but meh. And then Lance Anawaya, yeah, I saw that Indian guy. I don't know. He looked like he was in good shape. I guess maybe him, but again, I have no clue. Wrestler versus wrestler, no clue. And
Don't
then
know there.
Marty the
Okay,
Moth.
so you're
Marty the
taking
Moth
Zeke
looked
and you're taking
horrible.
Brian.
Yeah, Marty the Moth looked horrible. And then who is it? Zeke is getting coached by Pono, and if you get coached by Pono, I think you're gonna win. And then I don't know why the fuck we're calling back John Yurnett. He's like 0-2. I don't know why. Who at the matchmaking room has decided that he's a draw, right? I don't
We need
get
to
that.
put you in the matchmaking room, my guy.
Absolutely. Wait. Does it say? Wait. Scroll down.
Oh, sorry.
Does it say? Yeah, it says that John Yurnett is facing Joanna Wick. I didn't know if I was reading that wrong.
Oh no, you're not. It does say that.
Yeah, but he's
The
facing.
person who
He is
updates the
facing
pictures and
Joey
rankings
Success.
updates this.
Yeah, he was facing Joey Success, and I've seen that guy on Instagram. I don't know. I haven't even seen anything about his thing, but I guess I'll lightly pick him. But yeah, overall, my actual picks for the 9-0 streak to be 11-0, I am picking Brian Scambler and who the fuck's that guy? Zeke Taylor. Both of them coached by Pono, and Brian Scambler I actually think is going to be pretty solid, so I'm definitely picking him. All right, let's go.
Yeah, we both know Brian's been putting in the work for about a year, so.
Yeah, that guy's focused. So, and the other guy, I actually watched his interview on Slap News, and like, I get the idea he's kind of just rolling up to try this thing out, and Brian Scambler is not rolling up to try this thing out. Like, he is very focused. So, yeah.
Yeah, he's not doing it to see what it feels
different
like.
levels of dedication.
Yeah, 100%.
Right, so we'll go top down because technically that would be the starter to the main event.
Okay,
right?
yeah, let's do it.
All right, so Terp and TJ Thomas. This one is an absolute butchering by the matchmakers. I can't believe they would do this to Uncle Thomas. I don't know why they're bringing him out of retirement. He snoozed twice, or actually he snoozed once, and then they had him like walking around like a grandpa, and now they brought him to feed him to heavyweight Terp. Turpin is the most fucking underrated slap fighter ever. This guy is 7-2, and his 2 losses, one of them is Wolverine, a 48-47, where he missed 3 times. The other one is Vern, where he just totally fucking whiffed it, and he kind of quit in round 2. This guy is him. Terp should be 9-0 right now, and he should be on a fucking... He should be having defended the belt 3 times. This guy just can't make weight for shit. But now he's in heavyweight. He's going to be way better in heavyweight. Way better. This is his real weight category. He's a heavyweight. Like, I don't know why we were pretending he was a light heavyweight.
No, dude. I totally agree. This is where Terp belongs. This is his weight class. The promotion loves him. Everyone knows that. They put him on. They gave him 3 chances, on and on. Bro, is there any part of you that sees upset in this because Terp is so confident going in against Thomas?
No. No part of me sees upset. Terp is confident because he has actually shown that he has the results. Now, I am hoping right now that the betting line looks at the Stevie Ray Ellis match and goes, man, Terp sucks. That's what I'm praying for. Now,
that would be insane.
It's easy to look at that fight and to think Terp was bad. Terp won 30-25. Like, I get he didn't knock out Stevie Ray Ellis and all this, but like, what the fuck was he supposed to do? If a guy's moving like this, of course he's not going to knock him out. Yeah. But he was not even close to losing. He just missed once, and Stevie Ray dodged the other 2 times. So of course he isn't going to knock out Stevie Ray Ellis when he's fucking. I mean, he was moving around during the windup.
Dude, God bless Stevie Ray. He didn't know how to handle the spotlight. Like,
No. Let's be very clear. After that event, he posted on the Instagram, "I didn't get knocked out, bitch, and I got my money." And he deleted his Instagram. So let's be very clear what he was there for. He knew he was there to be a domino to get tipped over. And he was saying, you know what? I'm just not going to get knocked out. That was his goal. That's what he went out there to do. I'm not going to get knocked out. He did not try to win. I'm not going to get knocked out. I will also say, when you are in a fight that has so little risk from Terp's side, like once you feel the strike and you're like, oh, this is what this guy has, he knows he's not going to get knocked out. He understands the only way to lose is a DQ. So because of that, Terp is acting a little different. Like he's turning down a free strike from a flinch because he doesn't want that free strike anymore because he'll take the point, right? He's fine to just get out of that round 10-8, you know? So psychologically, like for example, if I were to go up against McKinney Manu would be in his head going against me because he knows he needs to not foul. So because that, he can't give me all of his power because he's like, fuck, I really just need to not club and not step. And when you're like so thinking about it, you overthink it. Like we saw with Ryan Kenny and Magna. All he thought about was, I need to not club. Clubs the fuck out of him on the first strike. So when you're in your head about not fouling, I think it takes all the juice off your strike and you can't even fucking think straight. That's what happened with Terp and Stevie Ray Ellis. He knew he needed to not DQ. He was way in his head, looked like shit. But do not let that fool you. This man knocked Wolverine out. The only man to ever do it. Debell did not do that. Terp did it. All right? Terp will fucking destroy TJ Thomas. Not close.
Dude, I love it. All right, moving on. We got John and Stunt. Okay, so with this one, I've talked to both of them, obviously, and I love Stunt's attitude. He's like, y'all want to see me get a hit? I lost a coin toss. You guys are about to find out. And then in the same breath, he's saying, and you guys are going to owe me an apology.
In my opinion,
what do you think? What does the Czar think?
This should be way higher on the card. In my opinion, Stunt taking his first slap is a main event, okay? We're all so curious. Can Stunt eat one, right?
We are.
Now, I have watched a lot of John Davis tape. And I'm going to be honest, this guy sucked before he got knocked out twice. He is horrible. But Stunt Marshall might be even worse because he's 35. A lot of people don't know he's 35. I actually think he might be 36 now. I think he might be 36 now. Stunt Marshall is going to suck, but he might win this fight. Because the truth of it is John Davis kind of always did not hit very hard, but he was a little more chin dependent. And frankly, his chin was actually really iffy his whole career. So, factoring that in, if Stunt gets to slap, I will say right now it's a round 1 knockout. I am confident Stunt is one-shotting him. But at the same time, I'm a little confident John is one-shotting him. But we don't know where Stunt's chin's at. I have decided to do a retroactive analysis of the wrestling roster compared to other backgrounds. Thus far, they've had pretty decent chins. I'm going to give the wrestlers credit. They have been able to eat shots with a better occurrence rate than other backgrounds, right? But Stunt Marshall...
Like MMA, like no fighting experience, that kind of thing.
I have seen that thus far, I believe the wrestlers are slightly better. Like Jordan Oasis, I will give him his flowers. That guy has a great chin. His face looked like it went through a meat grinder, and the guy was not knocked out. Like, he has a good chin. And I'm telling you right now, Jordan will win his next fight. That is a great bet because you motherfuckers don't know how good of a fighter he went up against Enrique Rambo. So the betting odds are going to think, man, this guy sucks. He lost to Enrique Rambo. I'm telling y'all, Enrique Rambo was good that night, and he still ate those. He will win his next one. But anyway, back to this one.
Dude, love it.
I have it 70-30 Stunt Marshall. It all comes down to the chin. If I knew... And I've considered coaching Stunt Marshall, giving him the keys to the kingdom, because then that's kind of a freebie, but I don't know about that yet. But if Stunt Marshall eats the shot, 0% chance John Davis will win. If you see in the first round, he gets hit right on the chin, he like takes a step back and he's like, okay, I'm good. Over. 95.5 right on the spot. I'm telling you right now, John Davis had a pretty iffy chin. I mean, he was getting... I'm not even going to say some of the names of the people this guy was wobbling against. I mean, John Kennedy, Jesse Nutting. I mean, these are horrible slap fighters. And this guy was a little bit woozy when he was getting hit by him. It's bad. And then he got knocked out cold twice. MMA and slap. John Davis should have the worst chin ever. But he takes one. He got that coin toss, and he's going up against a guy who's never been hit. And for what it's worth, John Davis is a former champion, and I see him. He looks in great shape now. The guy's clearly fucking training, taking this seriously. I'll give him that respect. The guy looks in great shape. And in the past, he's not to hit that hard, but maybe he's turned a new leaf. I don't know. But anyway, I got a feeling Stunt's eating this, and if he does, it's over. But there's also a great chance he drops like a sack of potatoes.
Yeah, no, dude, I'm so intrigued because we talked about the chin a lot with Crazy, dropped all that weight. Can he still take the hit? Blah, 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 on and on. This is different because we've literally never seen it. And I'm very intrigued by this. And I don't disagree with you. If Stunt takes that hit and he's fine, there's no wobbling, whatever, right? Like it's just a piece of paper that hit him.
If he gets knocked
down, it's going to go bad. It's going to be a tough night for John.
Dude, if he gets knocked down and at 8, he's like, it's over. He just needs to survive the 1. I'm telling you, John is going to sleep in 1. But dude, I just don't know if he's going to survive that 1. So the truth of it is, if you want to bet on this, you do need to call a gambling hotline. You actually have a problem. But if Stunt is like plus 150, I am dropping $2,000 on him. Because I think there is a great fucking chance he eats 1. And after that, it's on, boy. Like, if Stunt won the coin toss, he would be like minus 200. But without him, he should be minus 200. Without the coin toss, I think he's going to be the underdog. And I think it's maybe reasonable. If you don't know ball the way I know ball, I could see how you might be picking John Davis. If you're a little more sensible, you're probably picking Stunt Marshall, but nobody knows who's winning this fight. That's the truth of it. That's the fucking, like, all of us don't know where Stunt's chin's at. And no one's following up with John Davis's training the last year and a half. So this one's a weird one, but might take Stunt. I'm considering it. If you put money on John Davis, you might be an idiot.
You're not really hating it either way. It just comes down to one aspect.
Do not put money on John Davis. No.
Gotcha.
Unless if John Davis is okay. I say that the betting odds aren't out. Maybe John Davis is like a 4-1 underdog or some crazy shit. But if the odds are anywhere close, I'm definitely saying don't touch John Davis because the only difference is I know Stunt can hurt John. I don't know if John can hurt Stunt. That's what it comes down to.
Okay, that makes sense. Next up, we got Destiny and Hollywood. Look, I love both these girls. Destiny's undefeated. Holly, we've seen her on both, we've seen her look at the lights, if you will. But I wonder if that just comes down to the experience, right? Meaning, Destiny's done MMA fights. She's had boxing, all these things. Hollywood is no slouch. She's a fucking gangster. I love her. She's got this wrestling scene going on. But when it comes to slap, I just wonder if Destiny just has a bit of an edge because of Destiny's background as opposed to Hollywood's background.
All right. This fight is pretty close. I do have a fairly confident prediction, and it's for Destiny McCoven. I don't actually think Hollywood is good at anything. I kind of went back and looked at her career, and I was like, let's watch her and Jamie Henshaw. Poor Jamie Henshaw would lose to my mom. I'm just being real. Jamie Henshaw is the worst slap fighter ever. She sticks her chin out, and she's just like limp. And after getting hit, she kneeled. She did not get knocked down. She knocked herself down against Hollywood. So if you stick your chin out and you're just like totally loose, yeah, you might get wobbled. Of course. Duh.
Sure.
Because of that, I don't actually think Hollywood's all that strong. And her first real opponent that had any type of like musculature and like treated this seriously kind of fucking clocked her shit. I'm just going to be honest. She kind of got bitched around by Ellie Dempster. I'm being real here. So I think there is a very real chance that Destiny will just completely mop the floor with her. But I can also see it being like a kind of like it could be a 30-27 stinky nothing happens fight. That's possible. But if someone's rinsing the floor with the other one, it's definitely Destiny just fucking running circles around Hollywood. I could see that happening. So I'm like 70% Destiny McCubbin.
Okay.
She seems like I've actually spoken with her a little bit. Maybe I've given her little teeny, like one of the keys to the kingdom. I gave her a little bit of pointers on the defense. Let's just say, yeah, actually, I'm now remembering what I told her. It's actually pretty good. Okay, I'll give her like an 80%.
Now that you remember, it bumped up 10%.
Yeah, it bumped up because I remember, like, yeah, I gave her a piece of advice that will help her win if it's a decision. So because of that, yeah, I'm actually decently confident in Destiny. I sort of don't see how she's going to lose. But at the end of the day, it is like women who are going to likely go to a decision. And when a fight likely is go to a decision, there's kind of some risk associated with that, clubbing, stepping, etc. Yeah, but I'm pretty confident that what I can say for certain from talking to Destiny, she's taken this more serious than Hollywood. I guarantee it. Hollywood fucking wrestles and, once a week she's in the gym. Okay, I'll slap the bob a little bit. Destiny is like, I have a neck day, I have a slap day, I have a speed day. Like, she's fucking taking this shit seriously. And I respect that a lot. So I'm actually decently confident in Destiny. And definitely do not bet on Hollywood, no matter what the odds are, no matter what your friend told you. Do not do that ever. Because I told you not to.
I feel like it's dude, I'm trying to think what I want to say. So it's like, I feel like Haley needs to choose which one she wants to pursue. And I only say that because Haley's such a gangster. She brings the energy, she brings the fun, she brings the talent, she brings the physicality. But bro, she's constantly on the road wrestling. Yeah. She has no time to breathe. So it's like, I think it would do her a world of good if it was even possible to like take even 2 weeks and just only do slap, because she's always on the road, man. Like, how can you, like, one has to sacrifice the other one, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And part of it is like, I'll say right now, Hollywood is maybe working as hard as Destiny, but I know she's not working harder. I know she's not. So because of that, I'm pretty confident Destiny will win. And I also believe that Ellie has done something interesting for me. And it's that she has made me open to the idea that a woman can knock another woman out in the lower weight category. Until that point, I did not believe. It was never something I thought of, like, oh, this girl's going to put a hurting on her. Never like that. I was always thinking, okay, who's going to play to the decision, things like this, who can keep it clean, stuff like that. Like, for example, I'll let you guys know a little bit of things. So I was thinking with Hollywood and Ellie. This is actually a little bit of advice for the women. I was thinking that Hollywood's hair, when it would move around, would sway a decision towards Ellie. I was literally thinking about details that minute. Because I was realizing, I remember I had seen Zoe Dubois against the Hawaiian girl. Whatever. The girl,
T.
Bartender.
T.
Yeah, she's cool. Anyway, so I saw that, and I remembered, I was like, man, when her hair goes all over the place, that really makes it feel more impactful. Even though if she was bald, it wouldn't look the same. So because of that, I had actually picked Ellie literally off of the haircut. I was that close. I was like, I really don't know, but yeah, I hadn't heard anything. I didn't have any connections. That was just my gut pick. Turned out, apparently, Ellie was fucking working hard as hell. And
Ellie kind of showed up out of nowhere a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, 2 fights in, but she put on, in my opinion, one of the most impressive performances in slap fighting history, because that was so shocking and so different from what I had expected. I've never been more confident in a method of victory, and now she actually made all women's fights more interesting, because now we all need to respect that someone can get knocked out now. She opened the door to, like, be open to the idea that there could be a knockout here. Because before, I was not open to the idea. I was not interested in the idea of, someone's getting knocked out. Like, whatever. They bring all these, like, super good people, and the only ones that are getting knocked out are, like, 40-year-old women, you know? And it's Sheena Bathory, who's fucking, looks like a dude. I mean, of course. So whenever it's, like, 2 little chicks, I just assume it's going to be a decision. That's not the case. Yeah. So honestly, I could see Destiny knocking her ass out.
All right, man. Let's move up to Dumpling and Waterboy.
All right.
Here's the deal. If you take it at face value, and I'm just gonna be real. I've seen Evian on YouTube. I've watched those matches, but I really got into Slap at Power Slap 8 and Road to the Title Season 3. So
Mhm.
anything predating that, I've seen the matches, but I don't know the strikers that well, and that does play into it a little bit. But if you take this at face value, it's got to be Dumpling over Evian. However, I don't know if you know this, dude, but maybe you do because you're that guy. But I found out
I
tonight
know
in
it.
real time. What's that?
Whatever you're about to say, I know it. But I'm curious.
Dude, Henry, you can just start your own pod, man. We won't judge you. It's all good, man. So, did you know he can't see?
Who can't see?
Evian.
I thought I knew everything. And I thought Evian was the dead man walking. I didn't know that he was a dead man with a fucking cane looking around. Oh, so this guy can't even see?
So here's the deal. Here's the deal. I learned today that obviously you can't wear glasses in Power Set for obvious reasons. But you also can't wear contacts, which I did know. But every time I hear it, I'm like, come on, man. You think the contact's going to send him to the hospital? Anyway, so he goes up there blind, which, say what you will, that probably did play into his clubs. And that plays into how he performs. He's got LASIK now. He sees clearly. So he
Okay.
does have a chance because he can see the target. I still think Dumpling gets him.
Okay, so I I have had a difficult time crowning the worst slap fighter in history.
Bro,
I didn't know,
don't do it. Don't do it.
and I didn't know about Evian Scott. I apologize to anyone who I called the worst slap fighter in history. I didn't know about Evian Scott. He also has a win over the current super heavyweight world champion. To be clear, despite the fact that he is the worst slap fighter ever, I would beat Evian Scott. Dumpling is sending this guy to the fucking Shadow Realm in the first round. He, okay.
You couldn't see, dog. We got to give him some
Now that I'm
credit.
not okay. Being real. I think Evian will do marginally better than Camille Marisars, but I'm telling
Okay.
you right now, there is no fucking way Evian Scott is winning this fight because I have seen this guy have just the worst chin ever. Every time he's ever been hit anywhere around here with anywhere around this, he's just been folded up like a laptop on the floor. There's just
Is
no
this
other way to look at it.
in your opinion, is this the easiest pick of the night?
No.
Okay.
There's an even
Okay.
easier one in the co-main event. But
Got
so
you.
but
Oh,
yeah,
I know where
there's
you're going.
just there's just no fucking way that Dumpling is going to lose. Now, I will also add in a little bit of knowledge for the viewers at home as to why this is so one-sided. How can I know that Dumpling is not going to get knocked out? Evian Scott is 6'5" and Dumpling is 5'9". When you are swinging at someone who is so much lower with the body shape of Dumpling and the neck force of Dumpling, you cannot get underneath him due to his body shape, so you have to slap laterally.
Oh,
He will be
interesting.
slapping laterally and not able to touch his chin. So if you look at how McKinney Manu slapped Dumpling, he slapped in an arc and he crouched down, so he came underneath. That option is not available to Evian Scott because there is not enough area with the long reach mixed with the size of the box. This is what's very key. So when he is at the back of that box and his arm, he would need his arm to be so short like this, and it can't be a slapping motion anymore. Because of that, because it needs to be a slapping motion, his arm needs to be somewhat extended, which would put him at the back of the box, which would mean he cannot come underneath Dumpling, because he would need to be doing like almost like a short strike like this. Because of that, Evian Scott cannot attack at the angle that McKinney Manu attacked at. This is why there is no fucking way he can knock out the Dumpling, because he will be slapping laterally into Dumpling's really high neck force. It just won't go anywhere. On top of that, he has the worst chin ever, and he's going second. So he's getting knocked out in the first, is my prediction. But if he doesn't get knocked out in the first, it'll be the second. And if it's not the third, if it's not the second, it'll be the third. If it's not the third, he lost the decision 30-27. I mean, there's just no other. And on top of it, he's probably going to club Dumpling. I will call that right now. If he gets the strike, his first strike, he will club Dumpling. Hot take. Which maybe not that hot of a take considering how much he fouls, but I can just see how the body mechanics will work here. It will not be possible for him to not club Dumpling. There's just no other way for it to land.
Yeah. So one aspect you just brought up that I didn't think about was the whole getting underneath that chin and crouching. That's real, dude. That's real. Yeah, should be a good match. I don't know if we're gonna go I don't think we're gonna go the full rounds with this one at all. But to see Dumpling back up there is cool, and to have Evian get a shot, that's cool too. But yeah, I hear you, Doug. I really do.
Okay. Quickly remember this conversation. When we meet up in Vegas, I'm going to show you something. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, yeah,
All right.
yeah. I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
For Pono and Johnny, this I think we already kind of talked about this, but
we already kind of did. This one's a banger, motherfucker. Like, I'm so excited for this one because I'll just say it again. I know we already talked about it briefly at the beginning, but I love the fight game. But I really love the fight game when it just happens naturally. And this match in the last, 8 days has taken on this organic, natural turn that these boys mean business, and they want to get each other on the, like, both of these boys want to knock each other out handily.
Yeah, they both, and what I like most about this is how proud they both are. They would both never show an ounce of weakness to the other one. They want to believe that they are the baddest motherfucker, and one of them's going to sleep. It's going to be very... I can't wait for this one. Now, as of my prediction, so when you slap a guy who's never competed before, I throw the result out. I literally just don't care. Because the truth of it is that I don't really know how good or bad that guy is, so it's a little difficult. But it does take some power to put a guy snoozing for minutes. And Magna did that. I do believe Magna's strong, and I do believe he got stronger between his first and second match. I also think that there is some allure that has died with Magna because of the Ryan Kenny match. The Ryan Kenny match showed me two things. First things first, it showed he does not have some Dorian chin. He was stumbling around round 2 and 3, and those were the only rounds he got struck accurately. And it showed that he's not some unstoppable force. No, he went up against Ryan Kenny and looked completely pathetic that fight. Not even close. Now, obviously, he got a lot stronger, and I would have totally picked him to beat Aaron Turner. But Pono is a different situation, especially when you're going second against Pono. I don't want to get too into specifics because I'm good friends with Pono, and I don't want to sacrifice his chances of winning at all. But
sure, I get that.
I will say there will be a significant level difference between Johnny Magna's previous matches and this match. And because of that, I am picking Pono to win.
Got it.
And honestly, yeah, I kind of have to leave it there because I really don't want to talk about anything. Because
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not going to say anything.
You're good. We'll leave it at that. So moving on, we got the big debut of our big man, Jake Hager. Here's my worry about Jake, and here's my positive about Jake. My worry about Jake is it has to come down to he's never trained like this or something like this ever, period. And
nobody
it's so
has.
nobody has. So anybody who gets out there for the first time, no matter what their experience has been in any aspect of the fight game, pro wrestling, MMA, kickboxing, whatever the hell, this is different. It's a weird animal. It's not I like to say it's a weird animal. It's not so much a different animal. It's literally weird. And he hasn't experienced that weird yet. So, but the positive is he signed a multi-fight deal. After speaking with him, he's very much going to be sticking around and he wants to be good. I just don't know if he's going to be that good on his debut. So the fact they gave him Jinx is probably a good thing because Jinx is taking it very serious. He's not doing any interviews. I totally respect it, but he also knows what's on the line if he loses. And I think that's a big part of what's going on in Jinx's body.
So I'm actually going to bring interesting thought I had about this fight when it was announced. So initially it was supposed to be Jake Hager and Pono. And right. I was so happy. I was like, we're going to fucking kill Jake Hager. And Pono was talking to me. He's like, I'm going to launch his fucking head into the stands. And I'm like, yes, you fucking are. Let's go. And I was like, man, I can't wait to watch Jake Hager just fucking collapse like a sack of potatoes and get that fucker out of here. And then I realized, I'm like, whoa. I am becoming the thing I hated. I hate these one-sided, unfair matchups for the wrestlers. I need to give them the same respect back. We are not on the side of unfair matchups. I'm against that. Pono has been training for 2.5 years for the sport and has had 5 fights. Jake Hager is debuting and he's 43. I realized I need to give a little respect to Jake Hager and say, no. He does deserve a fair
Preach.
first shot. It is not fair for him to go against Pono, but it's not fair the other way. So I should not be a bloodthirsty fucking wrestler hater who's just ready to watch this fucker die. No. I should be saying, hey, as much as I dislike this, basically I want Jake Hager to lose. Like, I'm going to be honest, I don't know why, I just already hate Jake Hager. And I'm already anti-Hager because I know the push that he's going to be getting, and I know it's all... And frankly, part of my hatred is because I know he's going to suck. I'm going to be real. Jake Hager is not going to be good. I will say
I always root for the old man, baby. Anyone that's in their 40s doing this shit, mad love from this guy.
I will say right now, I will retire from my power slap career betting on the sport if this doesn't happen. Are you ready? If
I'm ready.
He completes his 6-fight contract, I will bet my house he will not complete that contract. Before that,
you went a different direction.
He will look pathetic multiple times to the point where he will quit. There are so many guys that would just totally mess him up. Now, as of my specific prediction for this fight, Devin Jenkins is the second worst slap fighter ever because Evian Scott's on the card. But Devin Jenkins only knows getting knocked out. That's it. And this guy's
dude, Henry, I fucking love you, dude.
This guy's training is horrible, and we all know it. But at the same time, there is some... So I'll tell you a little story about arm wrestling. So there are guys who show up to the arm wrestling practice. Okay, I'll add this. I compete in arm wrestling. There's a little medal my boot is wearing. That's the amateur left arm, 3rd place. Anyway, so I am a very crap arm wrestler. I barely train, and I just roll up to practice every now and again. I do everything wrong, but I've been doing everything wrong for a while, so because of that, I'm pretty good. Not pretty good. I am passable. I can beat guys off the street.
Got you.
Devin Jenkins has been doing everything wrong for like 2 years. Because of this, he can't be that bad. Like, even if you suck at this and don't understand how any of it works, he is a big, strong guy who's trying to slap things hard. I can't imagine he sucks that bad after 2.5 years. I will also add, this guy's chin is not too bad. I mean, let's be clear. He stood back up after Wes hit him, something some guys don't do. And
sure.
And Pono is a tough motherfucker to get hit by. I mean, straight up, that guy knocks everybody out. So you get hit by Pono and Wes, and then we get fucking thin old Jake Hager out there, fucking looking like Slender Man. I'm not so certain that Jake Hager hits harder than Wes and Pono, who hit way harder than a lot of the heavyweights.
That's interesting. Yeah.
So I kind of realized I got to put a little respect on Big Jink's name. And at the same time, as much as they clearly brought out Big Jinx to lose, at the same time, he's kind of the wrong guy to bring out to lose because he actually might not be that bad. But I know they had to get Jake Hager an easy win somehow, and they're doing anything they can. So they're like, okay, Big Jenkins, whatever. So the whole idea is Jake Hager's going to win. And about the coin toss, I think this is a good moment to segue this in. I will never say the coin toss is rigged ever again. I was wrong. I will happily admit that.
Tell me everything.
So I have been a little bit of a conspiracy theorist. I never fully bought in, but I was a little bit like, yeah, maybe
all of us have dabbled.
I used to think the coin toss was slightly rigged, right? just like I think 9/11 was slightly an inside job. Maybe. I'm not like totally sure, right? I'm like a little iffy on the moon landing. I just got a guy who fucking talked my ear off for an hour today. And now I'm like, man, maybe the moon landing was fake, I slightly believe the COVID-19 pandemic was planned, all right? Slightly on all these things, right?
Yeah.
I slightly believed the coin toss might be rigged. I wasn't totally into it, but I was like, you know what? There are some weird times, and I feel like when they want their guy to win, he does win most of the time. I don't know. This was the time to rig it. Jake Hager, debut, WrestleMania weekend, free matchup win. Everything was lined up perfect, and he loses the coin toss. I'm sorry, I was wrong. The coin toss is as legit as it fucking gets. That being said...
Hey, we all grow. We all grow.
We all grow. And now I think we can all say we were all wrong. Anyone who ever had any doubts, and we all had a little bit, we were all wrong, and that's okay. Now maybe this adds to the conspiracy, because maybe they just did this to get the conspiracy theories off their back. So, You know, and maybe they're like, hey, Jake Hager's going to suck anyways. We might as well have him get knocked out first instead of, you know, later on. I don't know. I'm not totally sure.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm pretty sure the coin toss is real. Anyway, as of this fight, my genuine prediction, I am picking Jake Hager, but only because I want to see him compete again so I can bet my fucking house on him to lose. I hope Jake Hager eats, knocks him out in one. That is my most luck, because if Devin Jenkins wins, he doesn't get called back. They don't care, because Devin Jenkins is already cannon fodder to them. Right. And if Jake Hager gets slept in the first, he's not coming back. I mean, that's just the truth of it. If he's just snoozing after his, like, he will not want to do this shit again to get $10,000 in show money. Well, he's probably making more, but anyway, he's not coming back if he gets slept in one. So I want more Jake Hager, and I think it's good for the sport, good to get more interest, more eyes,
whatever. Eyeballs, yeah.
So, yeah, I hope Jake Hager wins in some dominant fashion that makes everyone think like, oh, Jake Hager, whoa. And then after that, he's like minus 300 in his next fight, and I just fucking hammer the other guy. I'm afraid if that happens. So
I love the long-term betting strategy.
I'm always thinking about the next event, man. I'm not just thinking about this one. I'm in it for the long haul, baby. 10-0 on profitable events. I need to keep the sport around and fucking rolling. I don't want to just milk it dry, you know? I want to just keep it stretched out, you know? I've been doing this shit for a while now. All right.
Yeah.
So
no,
right
dude, I
here,
love it, man.
I don't know. Fuck. I have no clue who's gonna win.
I don't either.
You know what? Okay. This whole time I've been picking JK. Actually, fuck. I don't know. Here's the thing. I know Devin Jenkins sucks. I don't know if Jake Hager sucks. So I guess I'll pick Jake Hager. But at the same time, he's a 43-year-old who's never been hit and he lost the coin toss. It's tough to pick that. Don't bet on this fight. Don't bet. This one's really bad to bet on. Because
this one we watch for fun.
Yeah, this is a for fun one. Jake Hager. Final prediction, Jake Hager. But I'm 51% sure. Like, really, I have no clue who's going to win. It's such a low-level slop fest. And both of these guys suck. That's my final analysis. They both suck. Low-level slop fest. I'll say right now, piping hot take, don't be surprised if this goes to a stinky decision.
Oh, that would...
That is a piping hot take, but I'm ready for both of these motherfuckers to look horrible. And when guys suck, typically it can go to a decision. It's kind of like we just had Johnny Walker and Dominic Reyes, and everyone's like, man, someone's going to get chinned in the first 10 seconds, man. But sometimes you get two fucking super strong guys, and it turns into a staring contest. This is kind of like the power slap equivalent.
Yeah, no, dude. Yeah, it's just like Ngannou and Lewis back in the day.
Yes.
They just looked at each other the whole time. Like,
you know, a funny story about that. So I also bet on MMA. I'm quite good at that. That's the story for another day. But anyway,
gotcha.
I'm in this Discord where we're all watching the fights live and making live bets and stuff, and with basically a group of other large bettors who are also sharps. And we were watching. Or it was just before Dominic Reyes and Johnny Walker. And on Polymarket, I could get shares of the fight to go the distance at 8-1 odds, which was way better than the bookies were offering. And I nearly dropped $500 on it. I was literally this close because it was so much better than the bookies were offering. And I literally brought up Ngannou and fucking Francis. I was like, man, I guarantee that fight was 90-10 to end in the distance. But every now and again, the fucking crazy fight where anyone can go to sleep at any moment, it turns into just a total do-nothing stink fest. Every now and again, right? Like, I thought Terrence McKinney and Kyle Nelson might go the distance. It ended in 30 seconds, right? So every now and again, it's like it plays out the way you thought, but every now and again, it turns into a bit of a stink fest. So I think 100%. This might be, it looks like it's two chinny guys, and man, anyone's going to drop. I think, I know Devin Jenkins slap sucks. And from what I've heard, I'll tell you right now, I have some little birdies in the Jake Hager camp. I haven't heard great things. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't heard great things. My little birdies told me he slaps with his arm. I'll leave it there.
Oh.
So my little birdies, if they are, and now he's being coached by Brandon.
No, that's experience. No, that's just experience.
Well,
he can't. If that's the truth, he can't maintain that.
Yeah, well, he definitely will not do well if he continues doing it like that. I also do not think very highly of Brandon Bordeaux. It's sort of this is where I get into deep slap science. Brandon Bordeaux does not know what the goals of throwing a slap are. And because of this, he does not know how to slap properly. And Brandon Bordeaux is not very good. But he trains so hard that he gets good results. Go back to the arm wrestling thing I was telling you, right? The guy who trains wrong, but he trains his fucking ass off. Brandon Bordeaux's the hardest worker ever. He bites on that thing and it does nothing, but he'll bite it 1,000 times because he thinks it's useful. The guy is a hard worker. He does not know what to do. So this is where it's like Brandon has good results. He does not know how to train. Both are true. But it's just because he works so hard. But like, if you think of a guy, 185 pounds, and he benches, 400 something, right? The guy is obviously crazy strong. His results are pretty fucking underwhelming. Like, him and Azael both only dropped Eddie Brahimir. You bench like 3 times more than Azael does. How do you not completely kill him, right? But again, it's because why the fuck's he doing bench in the first place? Lewis Robinson benches probably 150 pounds. That guy slaps twice as hard as Brandon. Not even close. So I'm telling you right now, Brandon Bordeaux being your coach is not good. But Devin Jenkins, I have seen on video look stupid. So because of that, I know both these guys suck. I don't know who's going to win. Don't bet on it. 51% Jake Hager.
Got it. Love it, dude. All right, co-main. Look, I don't know. There's other people I would have liked to have seen up against Damian. We kind of touched on that earlier, but I get it. There's a storyline. There's history. They're finally meeting, like all this stuff. Bro, Damian got the coin toss, if I remember correct.
Yes. Well, he's the champ.
Yeah. Well, he's the champion. Dude, sorry. It's like 1 fucking in the morning. No, dude, I love your take and the dissecting of things that people really aren't willing to say or think about. So, meaning like Debell's chin, we really broke that down, how you feel, all that. But, dude, maybe because it's a recency bias or I don't know that much about Darius yet. I haven't really spoken to him ever. But I just have Damian, bro. I just have Damian. It's that simple.
Very reasonable take. Now, I will explain why we have measurable data to prove there is a 0% chance Darius is doing anything, okay? Let me cook. Dorian faced James Stonier, who was not doing a weight cut in heavyweight, when he was a tadpole, when Dorian was pretty new. Dorian knocked him out in 1 slap. After that, Dorian got much stronger and did basically nothing to Debell in 5 rounds. I understand Debell took a few steps back, but the only reason we reacted is because that's Debell. We just don't think he's ever going to react to anything. Realistically, nothing actually happened, right? Taking a few steps back, that's fucking level 1. I mean, really. I mean, just that's like nothing, really. It's not impressive. But because it's Debell taking a few steps back, we went, whoa, oh my God.
Got you.
But really, he didn't actually do much that fight. He knocked out James Stonier in 1 slap, who was not doing a weight cut. Now James Stonier's chin is worse. 1.5 years passes. Chin's cracked because he got knocked out, and it was a pretty bad knockout. It was not just a TKO. It was actually a pretty bad one. Then he faces Darius. Does a 25-pound weight cut to narrowly make it into heavyweight. Darius took 2 slaps to knock out James Stonier. And we know that Darius has to turn around within 1 year to fight Debell. And I don't think he got much stronger in that year, seeing as he didn't look any different in shape at Power Slap 16 than he did at 14.
No, he just barely started to get back in the groove with weights.
Yes. And we know Dorian can't hurt Debell. So because of that, that is measurable data to prove to you Darius will not knock out Dorian. I won't get into super nerdy shit because the measurable data thing is not it's not always 1-to-1 because different guys' defense and different guys' slaps come at different angles, which can play into things. I'll tell you right now, all of this is applicable on the same thing because Darius's slapping strategy does not generate a large amount of force. It generates a small amount of force on the right spot going the correct direction. So because of this is how something like, for example, Darius can knock down Wes Mena, but go to a stinky decision against Cody Harasnik. Versus Zakir can knock everybody out and then go to a decision against Wes Meta, who always gets knocked out, even by guys like Darius, who don't knock out anybody. It also explains why Darius was able to knock out someone like James Stonier, because he was able to generate head rotation, and James Stonier's genetic chin is his problem, but his neck force is much better. So because of that, basically, Darius does good against people who have a poor genetic chin. When their head rotates, they instantly fall flat on their ass. Debell has a good genetic chin and poor neck force. So because of that, he needs to go up against a slapper that attacks into neck force rather than attacking the head rotation. We're getting into super nerdy shit, super weird specific shit. The point of it is Darius is built to not knock out Dorian. Or Darius is built to not knock out Debell. He is perfect at not doing that. So because of that, and this guy got knocked out and won by Wes Mena, or knocked out and won by Wolverine, and was all over the place against Wes Mena. Bell hits way harder than these dudes do. Not even close. Bell is knocking him out in the first, and if you think anything else, you're an idiot. And even if he doesn't, I'm still right, motherfucker, because he's knocked him out in the second. The only way he survives the first is if Darius flinches or moves or tucks or something weird. If he lands something like this, Darius is literally on the floor convulsing. That's my final prediction. Round 1, Darius on the floor convulsing. I don't care what the betting odds are. Hammer Debell, because they will not call a DQ to have a title move hands. So Debell can't lose off a DQ. I've told you measurable data that proves he cannot win. He cannot knock him out. And there's no way Darius is eating all 5. I mean, are we being fucking for real here? If you think Darius is going to win, you need to think he's going to win by round 1 knockout and he's been training his ass off. That's what you think, right?
Yeah.
And that
dude, I love it. I love it. Bring the heat, baby. I love it.
Hundreds.
Okay, dude. So on the main event, look, one thing I love about McKinney is he gets it that it's a show in the best ways possible. Meaning, he's not crawling all over the stage. He's not saying the F word and calling out your wife and all this bullshit. You know what I mean? He's doing it naturally in an intense way that's still like presentable across the board. So he'll smack the shit out of somebody. He'll take a knee and point because he knows it's the simple shit, right? And I love that McKinney was the first guy that I know of. Somebody might have done it, Power Slap 1, Power Slap 2, okay, fair. But he's the first guy to get out there and proclaim he's the people's champion in Power Slap. Bro, that is awesome. I love it. He gets the fans. He gets it all. And on top of that, are you fucking kidding me? 6-0. Yeah, if he didn't get this title shot, we were going to riot. It's his moment. It's his time. Dane's a great guy. He had a great match against Dumpling. But I just don't see McKinney losing this, bro.
All right. I have put the most analysis into this. Actually, no. Most went to Pono and Magna because I needed to help Pono. But
sure.
This is number 2 of the. Actually, fuck. It's actually number 3 because John Davis and Stunt I did a lot of work on too. Okay, number 3. But this was a very highly.
You're making the rounds, boy. I love it. You're making the rounds.
Highly analyzed fight for me. I think McKinney Manu will win. I'm pretty confident, and I'll explain why. So they both face Dumpling, and I will closely tell you exactly what happened. So Dane, in 4 of the 5 rounds, his strikes were good. I believe, off the top of my head, I believe it was 4 of the 5. There was only 1 strike that was like really bad. He also was missing like crazy, clubbing all over the place. Actually, no. 2 or 3 of his strikes were good. He missed twice. Anyway, definitely should have lost that fight on fouls. I'm a slightly salty sports bettor because I had Dumpling, but it's okay. But he did not look great in that fight. The truth of it is he did not look a step better than Dumpling at all. When McKinney Manu faced Dumpling, the key differences between McKinney's performance and Dumpling's performance were very simple. He dealt a lot more damage to Dumpling, but he also received 100%. A lot more damage from Dumpling. He was stumbling all over the place. And I will typically side with the guy with the better chin. But I know why he stumbled. He wanted to feel rocked. If you look in round 2 and 3, the chin position was out in 2 and down on 3. And you could see, even Bisping said it looks like he's waiting for the bus. He literally said he wanted to feel rocked. So he deliberately tried to be like, yeah, knock me out, bitch. I want to see what happens. Almost sold my play goofing around. But I hope he fucking focuses up. Because a title fight is not the place to want to feel rocked. Enough of that bullshit. Tuck your fucking chin, tense before the strike, and eat, okay? So McKinney Manu, in his whole career, has looked completely invincible, except for when he wanted to feel rocked. And the moment he went after 2,
Isn't that
to 3,
crazy?
after 2, then he went to 3, he focused up on 3, ate it like it was nothing. And I even did a frame-by-frame analysis. The placement and the direction Dumpling struck at were the exact same. Literally identical.
Okay.
So because of that, it wasn't the striking at all. It was a slight defensive adjustment from McKinney Manu between 2 and 3. That was the only difference maker, which means he could have done the same shit on round 2 and he would have eaten it like it's nothing. Then we're looking at 2 guys who both faced Dumpling. One of them didn't do shit to him and robbed him. The other one clearly hurt him very badly multiple times. If you also pay close attention, McKinney Manu missed his first lap against Dumpling. He missed the hard part of his palm. Watch it.
It wasn't what we were used to. No.
No. If you watch it back very slowly, you can see right there. The hard part of the palm grazed along the chin. It did not ever connect here. It connected there. Like it just barely didn't connect. So because of that, really, he had fucking McKinney. He had Dumpling all over the place in one slap. One slap, he had this dude all over the place. Hitman had 5, and he didn't do shit. Now, I will also include the Dwayne match. A lot of people are drawing some conclusions off that. I'll tell you right now, Hitman missed 3 times in a row. I don't know how Dwayne won that. That was the fluke of all flukes. I'm going to be honest. If they fought 100 times, Dwayne wins one of them. That was that night.
For sure.
So,
yeah.
The truth of it is, Evian Scott is better than Dwayne and would have knocked out Dwayne had he been striking accurately. But Dwayne is 250 fucking pounds. And Evian is whatever, 400 something, 375, whatever. Anyway, McKinney Manu hits a good amount harder than Hitman, and I believe can absorb the strikes pretty comfortably because Hitman has not ever looked strong against anybody other than 42-year-old Slap for Cash and Dennis Vildanov, who we've now seen he kind of got hurt by Jocko every round too. So I actually a little insider scoop, my goons and goblins are getting me info. He has some like brain issue. Like he shouldn't be allowed to compete. He's only competed in Saudi where I think they don't do like medical checks or something, or maybe not as stringent. I don't know.
Yes.
But he's got
Saudi
some
does
like
kind of do a side eye.
he has like some brain issue, like obviously just based on his matches. But yeah, so anytime he gets hit, he just falls like a sack of potatoes. That's just the truth of it. Anyway, point is, after seeing the Jocko fight, I kind of just think that guy has a shit chin. Dennis Vildanov just has a shit chin. And then we know 42-year-old Slap for Cash had a shit chin. And everybody else, he's looked weak. That's just the truth of it. He hasn't done anything to anybody else. McKinney Manu has been leaving a fucking trail of bodies behind him as he fucking walks through the division. No one's the same after a Manu fight. And I think he's actually working hard for this one. My final reason for picking him, Dumpling left a comment when the fight was announced, and he just said, McKinney Manu will win. And who better to hear from other than Dumpling? He faced them both. He knows ball.
Yeah.
He should know who's going to win. He said Manu will win. McKinney Manu, I'm going to give you all an 80%er. 80% on that one. And that one, the odds will be close, and they'll be wrong.
I love that take, man. Yeah, it's funny how it can just come down to somebody, no matter what aspect of fighting, somebody that knows best would be somebody who's faced both, right? And to have that matter of fact, dude, I agree. I love that we'll be around. All the matches aside, just as the brand and Power Snap as a whole, I know there's a lot of shit talking. Well, a little bit of shit talking as far as putting all the wrestlers on the card. But if 200,000 WrestleMania fans are coming to town, dude, Henry, we have to earn 3,000 new Power Slap fans. Don't you think, dude? Yeah,
Should be,
I'm excited
it
for it,
should be
man.
a great. I've actually heard that the tickets are not selling that well. I'm not sure if that's true. A buddy of mine said
So
there's a lot
last
of
time I
unsold tickets.
checked, they
I've heard
had
too.
the last row. There were spots there, and then the suites. There was about half gone, half available. Last time I looked,
Okay, so it's pretty. So yeah,
so
okay.
it's not sold out yet.
I have the upper deck front row. I thought that
Yeah,
might
me too,
actually
dude.
be. We might actually be sitting. I don't even know my exact seats because my buddy bought them. But anyway, we might be
Yeah,
sitting maybe next to each other or like in the same zone. Maybe I don't know.
that'd
You
be
know,
awesome.
I might even ask like whoever is sitting next to you that you don't know. Maybe if there's like a couple, I'll be like, hey, you guys want to sit over there, and
Oh,
I'll sit with
100%.
you. That might be fun
Yeah,
because
100%. That'd be awesome, dude. That'd be
yeah.
awesome. You
I,
know, if they
also,
were doing
can
this
you
right,
smuggle me into the early prelims? Is there any way I
oh,
get in?
for
For
sure,
sure.
for sure, for sure,
Yes.
for sure.
I really
So
want to watch the early prelims.
we just
That's on my power stat bucket list. Watch the
Oh
early
no, dude,
prelims.
it's done. So I learned a lot last time, and look, we're man, literally nobody's watching this right now, but I'll tell you offline.
Okay, sounds good. All
Okay.
right.
Hey Henry, dude, this was awesome. I love it when we do this. You bring the energy, motherfucker. You don't give a shit. You tell it how it is. You tell people an insight on how they might make some coins. So add more to the fun, bro.
Oh,
I love it, man. Thanks for
okay.
doing it, and it's
Actually,
late on top
real
of it.
quick, I'll drop my final bets here. We should do that,
Let's
right?
do it.
Okay, hold up. Let me quickly just pull up the matches just so I can have them in front of me. Or okay, I could just shoot from the hip, whatever. My bets are okay. I don't know the odds, so really be careful when you're copying some of this shit. But
Yeah.
I will say, Terp, Dumpling,
Okay.
and Bell. If you want to put that in a parlay, you can put your wife, your kids' college tuition, your house, everything you want. Because it's the three
Right.
golden boys. None of them are getting DQ'd, and they're all winning by knockout, probably in the first round. Now,
Yeah.
the only one that has a little bit of risk to that is Terp. Because he's going second. And no matter how fucking strong you are, you do need to eat a shot. And you can never know 100% if the guy's eating, right?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I am 99.9% sure he's eating. I'm as confident as you can be without knowing for sure, right? But I mean,
That's fair.
TJ Thomas has dropped dudes before, but motherfucker Wolverine has 2 and Turpin ate 10 of those. So, you know, realistically, I would be very, very, very surprised if you told me TJ Thomas got to slap 3 times before Terp slapped him back, I would pick Turpin. Same goes for Debell and Darius. Same goes for Evian, Scott, and Dumpling, which is why I'm so confident in all of them. Because even if I'm wrong, like let's say I'm 50% wrong and these are back and forth fights going to the decision,
Yeah.
I still think my boys are fucking eating. And after that, I can't imagine I think it's going to end in round 1 knockout, and it turns out he does no damage.
Sure.
There's no way
sure.
I'm that wrong, right? Now, I will
Yeah.
say, the latest event, I actually made some adjustments in my strategy. I learned there was an inefficiency in how I analyzed fights. Over a long period of time, and this is why it's important to track your picks and track your data. Over a long period of time, I tended to overestimate knockouts. Just as a overarching thing, I tended to typically think a fight would end in knockout more often than it would. So because of that, this event, I'm carrying in a different type of mentality. I am less like if I'm not certain it will end in round 1 knockout, I'm not going to tell you it's going to be a round 1 knockout, right? And because of that, I've also sort of changed my philosophy about being scared when a guy's going second. Because I am overthinking his opponent a lot. It's just the facts of it. I'm always overthinking about like, like he might drop in 1 and mellow down a little bit, Henry. Most of these heavyweight fights are going to a decision. I mean, that's just the truth of it. Half the fights go to a decision every card. So, I mean, last card, I thought we might get 8 out of 8 knockouts, and it wasn't even close. So, I way overrepresented knockouts. So this event, I've changed and this is also a thing out there. Anybody telling me, you understand, as much as I am an arrogant asshole, I am always improving, and I am tracking my picks, and I am always analyzing for ways to be better. I did not get to 10-0 on accident. So, I will say, I'm not certain about those round 1 knockouts. Bell and Darius is the only one I feel confident on because I have lots of measurable data to prove that this is the case. Like, I have lots of, like, I've seen this guy drop, and I've seen this guy slap people, and I've seen this guy slap this. Like, I have measurable data to observe. But for something like a Pono and Magna, old me would have told you for sure it's going to end in a knockout. New me is like, there's a little 20% chance this might be a little stinky decision. I'm open to the idea. I now am more capable of seeing routes that I didn't understand before. My ability to see divergences in how a fight can play out has been enhanced a million times. And every power slap I'm learning. Every single time I take lessons, every time I make adjustments to the strategy, and between 16 and 17, I adjusted my strategy. Between 17 and 18, I became so much smarter, and I worked so hard in those 4 months. And between 18 and 19, I am changing my outlook. There are little things I adjust every single time, and this one, my strategy is staying the same. My knowledge always is improving, but it's improved less than it has in the past. Actually, I did actually have some pretty significant knowledge improvements between the two. Not huge, but small. But this time, I have adjusted my outlook. This is the biggest change I have. I now have a deeper understanding of ways fights can operate. So because of that, I now will hold myself a little more humbly when I tell you round 1 knockouts. Dumpling and Evian Scott might be a decision.
Got it.
Turpin and TJ Thomas might go a couple rounds. Bell and Darius will probably end in 1. But I wouldn't be totally... But also because of that, it goes both ways. I'm not too worried that Turp didn't win the coin toss, because normally I'm way in my head about, oh no, he's going to get knocked out. Now I'm always like, dude, the motherfucker's been slapped like 25 times and knocked out once. I like those odds. And the one motherfucker that did it was Vern, okay?
Yeah.
So, and I think he's doing TJ Thomas in 1, but let's say he's doing it in 2 or 3. I don't need to be super sweating balls about the idea of Turp getting slapped. So, this is how my outlook is adjusted. So because of that, my final picks, I'm still expecting a round 1 knockout on all 3, but I hang myself more humbly than I did last time. Last time I told you a lot of round 1 knockouts, and I did not have the capability of seeing divergences in results like I do now. So I'm going to say I am 85% sure in Bell knockout round 1. I would say I am 65% certain of a Turp round 1 knockout, and I am 45% certain of a Dumpling round 1 knockout. It is still the most likely result in all of those fights, but I'm holding myself a little more humbly now, rather than being like, oh, these motherfuckers are going to sleep.
We're all growing. Yes.
I am growing, and I'm not even growing as a person. I'm still an arrogant asshole, but I am growing as a power slap analyzer. That's what I have done. I have sort of realized fights. I won't get super deep into my thinking, but yeah, fights don't always play out as they're supposed to. So you should price in that they don't. But the way to bet is that it's going to play out how it's supposed to. But the way to analyze is a little different. But anyway, so yeah, I'm holding myself a little more humbly, but I am confident in all. And part of that changes my strategy, because now that I acknowledge that fights don't always end in round 1 knockout, I don't need to be so scared anymore. Like, old me would have been like, oh my God, if Pono doesn't knock him out in 1, it's all over. Now I'm like, dude, what if Pono eats all 3? I now can see paths where that happens. So, yeah, anyway, I think Pono and Magna will 85% chance be a knockout. But there's a chance it goes to a decision even. And if it goes to a decision, I am certain Pono won.
Okay, that's fair, man. No, that's fair. Look, this is great. The takes are always good as always. And I just love it's almost here. We're going to see it all, man. And yes, if there's an empty seat where we're sitting or whatever, dude, we'll work it out. We'll just move around and watch the whole damn thing together.
Yes, and you'll get to see me scream and shout and maybe pout as well if things aren't going my way. But I predict an 11th profitable event in a row. And and then finally, the bets do Dumpling. I like Manu. I like Pono. If Pono isn't like minus 300, if he's like a huge favorite, stay away. But if Pono's a dog, put your paycheck on it, all right? Pono, Debell, Manu, Dumpling, Turpin. And if you want a super safe 3-legger, Turp, Debell, Dumpling. That's a nice little 3-legger. It'll definitely be an underdog after you put all 3 of them together. Only way I think any of them will probably lose is DQ, and they aren't going to DQ Golden Boys ever. They're all being given easy matchups. They're all just supposed to be given a layup. Just enjoy it.
Love it, dude. All right, man. Let's sign off.
All right. Thank you, everybody,
Good
for
night.
watching. I appreciate it. And hopefully we'll do a recap show, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, 100%. 100%.
All right. Sounds
Okay.
good.